have been authorized to carry a total of 293 passengers, all insured in accordance with Marina Memorandum Circular Number 48, as amended. Please note that only passengers who have been validly issued a ticket and included in the passenger manifest shall be insured for the routes are now entrenched.
2 months ahead of schedule, U.S. planes begin bombing Japanese positions all over the Philippines.
Please remain seated. Once again, we are now approaching to Corregidor.
Throughout the tour. Just in case you're looking for a bottled water or soft drinks, our driver is selling some bottled water here. So once again, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So is everybody first timer here in Corridor? First timer? Actually, my driver, our driver and I, it's my first time also here in Corregidor Island. So welcome to Corregidor Island. Okay, so before we begin, in front of the bus, this is the map of Corregidor Island. Corregidor Island is shaped like a... Is there any doctor or nurse on board? I know you have different perspective for this one, but we have some kids with us. So this is a wholesome, this is a tadpole-shaped island or baby frog. We started the tour here on the neck of the tadpole-shaped island. So our itinerary for today will be covering first the head of the tadpole-shaped island. We will be climbing towards the middle and the bottom section of the island to have your lunch at 11:30 a.m. 11:30 is fine with you? Okay. And then after lunch, we will be covering the tail of the island. We will be boarding around 2 p.m. We passed by, you notice there's a building up here to your left side a while ago. That is Corregidor Hotel. Corregidor Hotel used to be a provost marshal's office or military police during the American period. So to the right side, this is the North Channel of Manila Bay. So here in Corregidor Island is situated at the very mouth of Manila Bay. So the only way in and out is passing through these two channels. This North Channel, this is between, that is Bataan Peninsula to your right side. So that is between Bataan and Corregidor side. The Spaniards call that Boca Chica or small mouth. And on the other side, that is the south opening of this island. The Spaniards call that Boca Grande or big mouth. talking about Corregidor Island, so we'll be talking about the Second World War, most especially happened here in the Philippines. As we may recall, the Second World War started when the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor in Honolulu, Hawaii. That was dated December 7, 1941. Here in the total casualties of the Japanese after the war, 6,000 Japanese soldiers. So our last stop would be visiting the Malinta Tunnel Complex. So later we'll be hunting in those 2,000 Japanese later inside the tunnel. So we'll be stopping here for a while. So going back to this barracks, so this first half of this barracks, it housed there's a signage in front, it says Middleside Barracks housed the 60th Coast Artillery Anti-Aircraft Enlisted Men. So meaning American soldiers stayed here in the first half of this barracks. You know, during the construction, you know, this twisted bar here on their post. These were imported from Bethlehem Steel, Pennsylvania, USA. Labor forces were coming from us Filipinos. These are the beloved prisoners in Manila. They brought them here for hard labor. Can you guess where them? This is a pure concrete material, so we called it buhos. You know, according to the experts, 10 more years, this building will collapse already. So sadly, after 10 years, June and I, we don't have a job anymore after 10 years. Sorry for that, June. Again, this was completed 1914, so this is more than 100 years old already. This, not only this building, but this island was heavily bombed twice. Take note of this one. First, when the Japanese Corregidor Island. Free overnight stay here in Corregidor. Anyone would like to take that promo? Wala po. Your accommodation will be here on the Middleside Barracks. Technically speaking, it's my 20th year now here in this island. I never seen or experienced any of those ghost story because I don't go out late at night. If you want, you can join me tonight. We'll see if that's true. So we'll do a ghost hunting tour. So there's a nice, beautiful garden in between those two buildings, the American building, and this one here, the second half of this building, it housed the Filipino soldier of the 91st Coast Artillery Philippine Scout Enlisted Men. They were under the U.S. Army during that time. So same length of this barracks. So, you notice the roofing, it is flat. That was meant to catch rainwater. Channeling to the water reservoir, we passed by here. Okay lang na madagdagan, wag lang mabawasan. Okay, so Filipino soldiers stayed here on the second half of this barracks. You notice also the original paintings on the wall. That's the original one. Green stripe, orange. So at the end, there's a wooden barracks there. So here in Corregidor Island, they had 4 regiments during that time. 2 regiments for the Filipinos and another 2 regiments for the Americans. Again, for the Filipinos, they were under the U.S. Army, serving the U.S. Army during that time. Okay, so going back to our history, is my voice clear at the back, sir? Okay, yes. So going back to our history, sometimes you can find 1, 2, 4 or 8 guns, so as long as it is in one area, they called it a battery. Way, that is a surname of an American soldier who died during the Filipino-American War. Second Lieutenant Henry Way, in memory of him. There's that's still original signage engraved on the wall. Battery Way, okay? So reaching the place, another 1 minute. Okay? 1 minute, just give me 1 minute to explain some details and then I'll give you time to explore.
Because this cannon can shoot in any direction, 360 degrees. But on a 45 angle, it can shoot. If you're familiar with Cavite, the 6 miles, these cannons can hit the churches in Cavite. Yeah, and then if you go to Manila, but Manila is about 26.6 nautical miles, so it's only the sea. But again, That's how tough, because the invasion at sea was the one that they were preparing armadas. But during that time, there were not just group of ship or armadas, there were also airplanes. And when the Japanese bombed this place, like I said, there's a bomb crater, and that is why these two cannons were no longer used. Please be careful. Bomb craters kasi pagka nagkapakamali nito.
Mm.
So during the war, all of the patients were transferred inside Malinta Tunnel. So later, part of our tour will be going to Malinta Tunnel to experience the light and sound show. So later we'll be seeing one of the lateral that used to be the hospital. They called it 1,000 bed hospital lateral. So that will lead to the top side area. So later we'll going back there later. So we'll be seeing two access and then they assemble every gun batteries. So again, our
Pero
next
kasi totoo.
gun battery to visit,
Kasi di naman siya
battery
nag-i-stay
Hearn,
at night
named after
dito.
Brigadier General Clint Hearn. This battery Hearn, this is the last gun to ever install here in this island, early 1920s. And this is also the same gun that the Japanese captured this gun almost completely. And then they forced the American engineers to put back this in action. So the Americans knew that it was repaired. So during the retaking of this island, the American dropped some bomb. So there's a bomb crater behind this gun here to the right side that was caused by a 2,000-pound bomb dropped by the Americans during the retaking of this island. And then there's another bomb dropped where they kept their ammunition and gunpowder earlier. You know, since this is the biggest gun, this is also the same gun that the Japanese used this as their victorious photo. So what the Japanese did here, when they captured Corregidor Island, some of the Japanese soldiers climbed on top of this gun, some were in front and the side of this gun, and then they raised their hands, their samurai, their guns, they shouted, "Banzai, Banzai, Banzai!" So it uh, 2.5 minutes firing time. So it is located at the edge of the island. You know, each time we have overnight guests, this is also where we bring them for a very nice sunset viewing place. Panoramic view of Maribeles Mountain and the fifth island that were here at the mouth of Manila Bay. They were called, these are the, they called it La Monja Island or the Nan Island. So Maribeles Mountain, what you're seeing on the third level here is the Maribeles Mountain. That is one of the 20 kilometers of the landmarks. Okay. Shop.
Ayan.
Here, but please don't go inside the structure. It will longer sound. Although there are areas within you could view it, but please don't go outside of the structure.
And here, again, this is now the whole Pacific War Memorial here in front. The building here to your left side, this is what they called it a cinerama. So this cinerama, it has 781 seating capacity. They played 2 movies every night. Hollywood movies. Just 2 weeks in advance before they played in Manila, they showed them here. The last
Mm-mm.
Provinces surrounded the bay. Starting off in front, that is now Bataan, Pampanga, Bulacan, Manila. So on a clear days, you can see the building in Manila from here, from this point. And to the right side, that is Cavite and Batangas. So imagine also, this is our sunrise viewing place. And every New Year's Eve, this is where we bring our guests midnight, 12 midnight. Building with Red Cross design. Behind the lighthouse, that is a Globe Tower. Globe Telecom Tower. So if you're using a Globe, you're a better signal here. Smart is not so smart here in Corregidor Island. Behind the lighthouse, can you see those green cylindrical objects? Those are saltwater water tanks. And this one, very interesting signages. Distance with nautical miles. So Manila is 26.6 nautical direction east of Corregidor Island. So if you want to go to Hong Kong, just follow that direction, you'll be in Hong Kong already. Okay, so anyone? Some also that were here on the highest point of the island. So again, our swimming area is on the other side. There's a tunnel here, and then there's a tunnel also here near the shoreline in front. So on that tunnel, that is where they used to hide their suicide boat. So this suicide boat, this is a 17-foot long wooden boat, and it carrying 250 kilograms of explosives, and it has one Japanese captain manning that suicide boat. So they call that suicide boat Sinyotai boat, or simply means shake the ocean. So meaning that is the counterpart of the kamikaze. Pretty sure you're familiar with the divine wind or godly wind. They call it kamikaze. So that is the counterpart. The original voice, so the only original voice you will be hearing in this show is the voice of Norman Reyes. He is a Filipino radio broadcaster. Guide and the driver. Once again, my name is William together with Junior saying maraming salamat po for visiting the island. So as we make in Tagalog, mabuhay. So please double check your things. Make sure that all of your things will check. Okay, so again, time for boarding now.